All right, hey guys, so in this video I wanted to talk with you guys about the AFT, which is the AromaFreedom Technique. In my last post I briefly talked to you guys about this. Our class is all about emotions and oils, and so most of this class has been about our feelings kit right here, but there is a technique through Young Living, the AFT technique, where this goes, I think, a little bit more in-depthly. You go through this process. And I actually am not familiar with this technique, but my mom is very familiar with it. And she's actually already done some classes on it, so I asked her if she would come on here and just kind of do it with me. So this is my first time. Brave, right?
Right, especially on...
It shows that I really trust my mom, right? So she's going to take me through this process. I talked about it being a 12-step process. And she is going to let us know what we're going to do. Oh, I also want to let you guys know, so the Feelings Kit has these 6 emotional oils or blends. There are a bunch more sitting right here in front of us. Just to let you guys know, we recommend that you start with a Feelings Kit, but there are lots of other oils outside of the Feelings Kit to where if you really get into the different emotional techniques and stuff, or if you are someone who really needs essential oils for emotional support, there are a ton more emotional oils that you can tap into.
Right. And what's cool is it's showing you also, you might have some of these oils and you don't have your ER points, essential rewards points, built up enough to maybe buy the kit. Maybe you want to save your money for this kit or your points for this kit. It's an amazing kit. I have 2 of them. I love it. And then also you have things here that you can get started, so you don't have to wait a month or 2 months. You know, you can get started right away. So there's just different ways of doing this, and so we're gonna dig in and see what happens.
All right.
Alrighty. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Right away, I'm going to tell you there's 3 times that we will apply an oil, and each time are different oils. And so don't get all caught up and say, oh, I got to jot this down and everything. I have a little paper here that'll help. So don't get panicky. Just kind of follow the process.
Just learn and take in whatever you can from this, because again, we have people that are doing these classes. Hopefully more people will do these classes and you'll be able to learn a lot more about it. We just wanted you guys to be able to kind of see what the process looks like.
Alrighty. So we start and I read, the AFT is a simple process of using Young Living essential oils as you process. This helps to permanently shift our thoughts, feelings, and attitude. This is a great time to talk to God, ask Him to help you set your goals or change your mindset, feelings, or attitude, or just have peace in your own thoughts.
Right. So some people, based on what your belief structure is or your belief system, that's up to you. So this is very easily maneuvered as far as how this technique will work for you.
Correct.
So for example, if you're somebody who has a different belief structure, then you would change this accordingly. Essential oils can still support your emotions. But for her personally, this is how she runs her class.
Correct. And again, you can just be in the quiet of your home. You've all done it. We've all done it, where you just sit and think and try to block everything, all this busyness out of our head, and then usually we can come up with the answers of our emotional needs.
Right, and if prayer is a trigger word for you, think meditate, right? It's very similar.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. We're going to get started.
Is that okay? No. I'm asking for friends here because, that might affect some people.
Okay. This isn't an effect. This is to help emotion however you can help them. And the oils are the same way. They're here to help and support our emotions. Okay, we're going to start. And first we're going to have Tara write her reveal. Number 1 is reveal. Remember, she said 12 steps. The first step is we're going to reveal what she needs. So she's going to write a goal. For example,
I already know it. I've already thought about it before.
All right, well, let me tell them what the example is, though. Like, it doesn't have to be deep. This is what I tell the girls when we had our class. A lot of people want to dig deep and get that worst emotional, start small, and it's like an onion peeling. Work it, work it, work it.
Right, and it can change, right? So based on, like, whatever is at the forefront you know, different times you're going to deal with different emotions. Certain people are triggered by different seasons, by different things that they're going through with their family or friends or whatever. Or you might have a friend going through something traumatic and it's triggering you, right? Or different emotions in you. So it could be shifting as far as...
Correct. So, and some of you are going like, okay, I just came to this class to learn about these oils. You know, the emotional oil. So this is just an example. Maybe you're stuck. What's stuck? You know, what are you stuck about? Put that down. Maybe you need freedom, success. You want a great marriage. What's stopping your marriage from being great? A happy family, relationships. Maybe you're just having trouble with relationships and you're not getting it. So if that's your goal, you write it down there. All right?
Okay, so it says reveal your goal, but I don't have to tell them?
You do not.
But I can.
You can.
Okay, I will tell you my word is forgiveness. Because that can be vague.
Could be.
Yeah, at any point, if I don't want to tell you what I'm answering here, I won't. Just like you don't have to.
And when you do a class, you do not share. And all my people can post down here that have done a class to say how this just starts opening it. And now they're texting me all the time and say, oh no, you guess what my goal is now? Oh no, guess what my goal is now? So it becomes fun because you're learning how to cope.
Do it on your own.
Do it on your own.
You don't always need
Our
someone.
goal is you don't have to do classes all the time. Our goal is get the class, learn the class, apply the class.
And teach the class to others.
teach the
Because
class to
Rhonda
others.
Nichols cannot teach this class to the world. She would, but we're not going to let her.
All right. Number 2. Okay, wait. Okay, now you have to rate that goal.
How likely you
How
feel?
like you feel right now.
How likely do you feel that this goal will come to pass? 1 to 10, I said a 2.
Ooh.
I know.
So she's played with this goal, I think.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm very knowledgeable about myself.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the options of the oils that you can use that I've learned with is clarity. And what I tell people is use the words if you want. Whichever one of these oils the word pops out at you, use it. But if that doesn't pop out at you or you're like, oh, really, the word? No. Smell it. See which one feels good to you then. Okay? So if you don't know like clarity and you never used it, and the other one is inspiration and the other one is highest potential. So if you like words, word touches you, you use it.
Clarity, highest potential, and inspiration.
But you only pick one.
I just got inspiration on my scan yesterday, so that's kind of cool.
All right, so which one are you going to use?
What does this, like, is just anything that pops out, or?
Anything that
If
pops
I like
out,
them all.
or whichever one you want, it's your choice. Sometimes, like, I let them pick out. Somebody said,
I
I
don't
want
want
this
any
one
of
by
them.
the word. If by the word. If they didn't like the word, they went around and smelled them.
I'm going to go with inspiration because it's safe.
And it was in your...
And it was on my scan.
Because it's safe?
I feel like with the number 2, I'm obviously resisting something.
Right.
So I resist forgiveness.
Okay.
Somebody keeps... Okay.
All right.
So, inspiration.
Inspiration. So she's going to put a drop on her hand. And I'm going to do highest potential. I always do this with my class, and it's been really fun. Because I'm learning a lot of new things about myself. So get a drop. For those who maybe... This is how I do. I rub like 2 or 3 times. And then I deep breathe it in. You breathe up your nose for 3 seconds. Take 3 seconds to breathe into your brain. Hold it in your brain. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. And then blow it out your mouth. And you will feel the oil go through your brain.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good way to explain it. How many times do we do this?
3 times.
Because we're only on step 1.
Yeah, we're going to try to go through this faster. So, read quick. 2 seconds for you today. No. So, again, and you're always smelling. Remember, it's on your hands. So, even if you're processing and you're thinking. So, the second, number 2, step 2, negative response. What is your negatives? So, the goal out, say the goal out loud if you want, but usually we're in a group. So, I say just say it out loud in your head.
So I would say forgiveness.
Yeah. Notice the first negative thought automatically comes up. Usually this is a one word thing.
I would just say resistance, which I already said that. Okay.
Or
go.
this is another way to ask.
Let's go.
The one that tells you why this can't happen. The thought that says, why can't? Why did she post a 2 on? Why can't forgiveness happen?
That's just I just know it. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So she's got that. She says resistance. Okay. So I better not read that in case she didn't want it, but I heard her say that one. Number 3.
Delete. That's why we're not live, guys.
Number 3, feeling. What's your feeling? When you think of that word, that goal word, what's your feeling about that and the negative? What's your feeling about that negative feeling?
Okay. Got it.
Got it. Okay. That's usually a 1-word one. That's usually just quick 1 word. And
again, it's not like you don't have to sit and think hard. Your brain already knows all this stuff, so it's just going to automatically be like, you've already thought about these things.
Correct.
Hours and hours and hours. So it's nothing new.
It's just like I said,
just
it's
the
that
process.
onion peeling. You're doing it all at once, so you're getting to the core of that onion, right? At least to this goal. To this goal. Okay, step number 4. Where is the feeling? Now, when I say that, notice where your feelings, this negative feeling in your body. Sometimes, like when I did my first one, my goal was, how am I going to get through this class? That was my goal. I just wanted to get through that class. And what I would feel my feeling was my heart racing, that nervous anxiety. That's how I would feel it. So if you're having a feeling, you might not have a feeling. You might be just having a thought. But even if your mind's racing because you're thinking, that's what you write. It's my mind's racing.
Or your brain.
Or your brain, or whatever. Whatever it works.
Number 5.
Number 5, memory. This is the memory time. Sit and think of a memory. You can sit and just kind of think of a memory that you felt that way before. Or I usually ask the Lord, where have I felt that memory before? Same type of thing.
Could be a recent memory or a memory long ago when you felt the same way. So you want to try to put yourself in a place where you've felt this emotion before.
Where you felt your heart racing. Where you maybe you have a cramp. I've had people say, I felt my stomach is bothering me all of a sudden. That could be nervousness, There's whole reasons why we act the way we act,
What if I'm stuck on that?
If you're stuck on that, smell your hands some more.
Because I'm stuck there.
Just keep, and don't dig. Again, I keep telling people, don't dig so deep. Just dig,
Well, because again, when you walk away from this, you've asked yourself the questions. You've kind of went through this process. So it's going to be something that's in your brain for the next week. So a lot of what we do with oils is about intention. Being intentional about self-care, right? We talked about that even at beauty school and stuff, is taking care of yourself, being intentional. So I feel like, and maybe I'm just saying all this to make myself feel better. I don't know, because I'm stuck on number 5. So you get stuck on number 5, then it's okay, right? Is it okay?
Kinda. It's okay. But when you're in a group, we're out here. She's being out here.
Yeah.
They probably would say, I'm
there's
stuck.
probably more resistance.
There's more resistance.
Okay.
So what she would do is she would just follow the process, okay? If you get stuck, just keep following the process, and then it shows you, and she'll see later, it'll bring her back, okay?
Number 6.
But again, we're rushing too. You're not really sitting and relaxing and thinking, and you're fighting, you're resisting. And because we're on a time, okay, in her defense, this class takes us usually an hour and a half, and we're going to get it done in, So,
Number 6.
Number 6. Okay. Renew. So, you got to have your memory thought, kind of, so that you can renew that memory thought. Because this is where I explain to people, when you're a child, you sometimes perceive things differently than maybe a sister or brother. We had that a lot with death, let's say. We had a lot of deaths at one short time. Well, we had 3 young children who perceived all those differently, and that's affected them emotionally differently. So what this renewal is trying to help that person. But let me share mine. Like when I went to getting through the class, mine was in school, getting up in front of people. I would get nervous because I had half crossed eyes.
Yeah, she doesn't anymore, but it's so weird.
And
some good intention, Mom.
So I was made fun of a little bit. And so it just makes me nervous, right? So I had to renew that lie. That didn't make me stupid because I had crossed eyes. And because
Which is so weird to me because some people can have the same exact thing and it be like their favorite thing about themselves.
Correct.
It's just so
That's
wild.
my point. How each one of us, that makes them more stronger, bolder, and say, well, I'll show you. I can do this, So it just shows you that our emotions, perception is a big part of our emotions. So you want to find the answer of that. Like now, if you made fun of my crossed eyes, I'd probably say, yep, I have them, okay.
Right, and the purpose of this is to make people feel more confident in who they are.
Correct.
To make them, because if it's affecting you, then we want you to deal with it. If it's not affecting you, then you won't need to.
And it does affect me. I fight to get on this thing, so I knew that this is an area I have to work on. Doesn't mean I'm bad or horrible or whatever. It's just an emotional thing I have to step over to feel comfortable to do this.
And you would be amazed how many illnesses or things that go wrong in our bodies actually have a root in emotion.
Correct.
You'll
learn that.
Pretty amazing.
You'll learn that. That's true. Okay, so we're going to renew. And number 6, when we renew, we are going to smell another oil. Now, these oils are release. You want to get inner child. And you can also use peace and calming, which I didn't grab that one. But what I thought was cool is you can make it. So let's say you don't have release or inner child or peace and calming at this time. You can make it out of your kit. And, ooh, it's so nummy.
Yes, it does smell
really good.
She tried it on me the other day.
We're going to have Tara try this one.
Okay.
I think this is a man-made release. our release. So you're going to just stick 1 drop of each of the oils on your hand. Now, when I make it for the class...
Frankincense. We'll do 2 of that.
When I make it... Yeah. Since it's yours. I made it for the class, and I put it all together in a bowl and let the synergy work together. And then I did put a little carrier oil on mine because when I do a class, I don't know who uses oils a lot, not. So I try to, I put carrier oil when I do classes.
I love this when you put it on your neck. Is that allowed? People allowed to do that in your classes?
You are, but you need to sniff it. You want to make sure you get that sniffing in. You want to
And then 1 stress away. I accidentally got 2 lavender. They keep coming out in 2.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
She's stuck, so she got to get her unstuck. She got to get it released. Right? Wasn't that your word?
Resistant.
Resistant, so
okay.
I got to give her 2 to get unresisted.
All right, so I used...
So now she's got her oil on. And what this Stress Away Lavender and Frank, they call it Memory Release Blend. So it's kind of like the release, probably not as potent or whatever, but it works good. And I love the smell of it. I'm addicted to it right now. Close your eyes. Focus on that memory.
I think I got a little bit something further, which I won't share.
Good.
It's just a word.
That's all right.
It's a familiar word, so it's not a memory, it's more of a word.
That's good to know.
I'll say stuck. That's a word that's very familiar to me.
Good. So, again, everybody's different. When I say memory, it could be that she's remembering.
So
she's
remembering that maybe I had a memory where I felt stuck, but I don't remember the memory.
Wow.
So maybe you'll get a word first.
That's good.
Before you get a memory.
That's good. See? This is cool. This is helpful to me and us, too.
Yeah, because we can actually do this video.
Because, again, I learned this when I went to Florida with Katie and them. We did this really quick, and so I'm a person that picks up on something and puts it to action and learn as I go. That's who I am.
Yeah. Apparently I am, too.
She's more of a researcher most of the time. She's just kind of like she said.
I'm learning to let go because I can't,
Okay.
do it all.
All right. So her eyes are closed and she's thinking, and she's this is cool. Your memory picture or your feeling or your negative thought. So if you can't get the picture, think about that negative thought. Think about how can you renew that? Well,
resistance and stuck kind of go together.
Yeah, they do. And then also your body sensation. that you may feel at this time.
All right, moving right along.
Moving right along. Okay. Step 7. Okay?
Okay.
Ride the feeling. Ride that stuck feeling, Tara. Been riding that for a while,
like
right?
there.
You're right there. Okay. Relax and continue to smell that oil. And again, this situation's hard for you to just sit and relax, you know. So.
A little more so because, yeah.
Right. So just do your best. Gonna give her a little time. Allow the feeling to run through you while smelling the aroma. Continue to ride this wave and emotions, and if the feeling gets intense, go back to see what you see in the memory or how you feel in the body or that word, whatever that word is. Just think about that word for a little bit, you know, like just keep asking yourself, well, why am I feeling this? Why?
And on this little worksheet it says write what you're experiencing or you're feeling. So
Right.
Let's keep going.
Are you writing anything?
No. But I'm more of a deep thinker, so I'm going to need a little more time. So I think it is exactly what you're saying, that we're just giving them an overview of what it looks like, and so I don't want to.
Good. Okay, so again, that's not bad.
But I'll take this home.
She will take it home. Matter of fact, I've had a couple people come and ask for another sheet so they can work on another part of that memory.
Yeah.
So, all right, number 8, review new belief. Now this Renew, right.
Renew and your new belief question mark.
Right. What is your new belief? Notice the new beliefs coming in your thoughts and feelings by finding answers in your thoughts or from God. Depends on how you.
So by finding answers from God and or in your thoughts or your heart. So however you find thoughts, you're going to notice new beliefs coming to your thoughts. So now, then you put, now what are you thinking or feeling?
Correct.
So in this step, you're going to notice like something go and then maybe something come in.
Right.
And then you share that.
Right. You're going to really start feeling, once you ride that feeling for a while, you're going to start getting answers. You are, like she said, we really do know the answers, but sometimes it's too hard to think about, so we shut it off.
Well, and I think the biggest thing is people aren't being intentional. How many people do you know actually sit down and write their emotions out?
That's what I mean. They don't really want to know.
People don't. I'm a big writer. She's a big writer. We love to write. But to us, that's normal. But so many people don't know how to release. I mean, writing in itself is a form of release.
Right. And then writing with your diffuser on is even more nice because you're more relaxed.
And then you diffuse release, and it's like...
And this is my punch about oils. I mean, oils help, right? But if you still don't do the work, you're just going to have a nice, relaxful moment, which is good in itself. But we still have to do the work. We still have to do the processing. Because we just unfortunately do. Or we don't, and then we're emotional and we don't know why.
Which becomes addicting, though, once you start seeing yourself. Because at the beginning of this class, I talked about getting unstuck, basically. Weird. But that's what this is about, is all these things that are holding you back from living your best life or allowing you to succeed at whatever it is that you've been trying to succeed for so many years. I think I even said that in one of the past posts. It was literally like, it's time to get unstuck and move forward. That's funny.
I know. And those are the feelings.
But that was like my call to all of you guys, too.
Right. But isn't that funny?
But we work with a lot of people, and so many people in our organization or that we deal with are what? Stuck. Am I right?
Right. And that's the funny part about this situation is little things like that start popping in your head. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then that's that awakening part. That's the renewing part. You say, oh, it's coming to, oh, wow.
But we never really correlate that it has something to do with our emotions. You know, we're trying to fix all these symptoms or these things that come out. You know, you lose your temper, you do this or you do that, when we're never really doing the inner work to where it's like, why am I doing that?
Right.
Okay.
So this is a big step. Now,
what number are we on?
Number 8. We renewed it.
I thought we were done with that.
We're done with we are done with renewing it.
Okay. So you're going to get that.
Okay. Number 9.
If you're lucky.
This is where, number 9, rate the goal again. Read the original goal and rate it from 0 to 10.
So read the original goal, which is forgiveness. Rate it again from 0 to 10. I don't know. I don't feel like I could honestly say at the moment.
You don't feel like it's a little up or a little down?
No.
About the
I feel
same,
a little,
too.
No, more blank on it. I wouldn't say that I didn't get a strong 2, but I didn't really get another answer.
Okay.
So if I don't get a strong answer, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You have
Okay.
to appreciate that.
All right. And so based on how likely you think it will manifest again, and the number is under 5, you may want to go back to step 2.
So if
Use
you
a
think
different
if you
oil.
still are at 2, 3, 4, or 5, then you want to go back to step 2. Use a different oil than the
So
first
you would
time.
use the clarity or the.
So then that means inspiration didn't work for me, right? No,
No.
I'm saying if
Right.
I felt that way, which again,
It's not saying it didn't work for you. It's just saying that you need more time to process.
yes, which makes sense for me.
Right. She needs more clarity, or she needs, in
yeah.
that situation. All right. But we're not going to do that because we don't have time. So that's how it happens. So don't panic if you can't answer these right away. Just use the other oil, walk through it again. Use another oil, walk through it again. Use it. And it may be after you're done with all these 3, think, okay, what other oil could I use that would help me, envision?
And again, it's all about the intention.
Whatever oil's in your release kit, so it's more about
I
that.
feel like if you use more than 2 or 3 oils, though, you're going to need to use Believe, because if you're going to
Believe's
get
at the
very,
end.
but you're going to get very frustrated if you keep doing step 9, and you're just like, it's like, I'm going to need to use Believe to make sure I can believe in
stuck
this.
9 times, then maybe get someone to help you walk through it, because sometimes that
Nobody's
helps.
going to do it 9 times.
No, they won't. They won't.
Number
Ask all the
10.
people. Okay, number 10. Create affirmation.
Ooh, we talked about this throughout the
Create
class.
affirmation. So now we're going to do the second level of oils, or the third level of oils, right? Or we've only done 1. Did we skip an oil?
Believe and transformation is what we're on.
Okay, so create affirmation, believe, transformation, and if you don't have those 2, they say to use lavender or lemon and peppermint. So what this is just kind of, awakening your brain.
Transformation and Believe are 2 of my absolute favorite oils.
All right.
I love the emotional oils.
Well, the transformation, I don't have any drops, but you can sniff it out of my bottle.
No, it's okay.
But she loves Believe, so she's going to put on some Believe.
And create affirmation. So throughout the class, each of my posts before this, I did an affirmation.
Awesome.
Yeah, and on the worksheets. So yummy.
You going to put it on your hand or no?
No. I can.
Okay, you don't have to.
I've been diffusing transformation, actually, and I have used a lot of Believe.
Okay. An affirmation that expresses a new positive belief you want to instill.
Ooh, I like this. I'm good at affirmations. So, and I want it to be about forgiveness, right?
Right.
Okay, I got it.
You can share it?
Probably not.
Okay. So she's got that. Okay, number 11. Repeat affirmation with power until you believe it.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna
okay,
say it.
wait. Because sometimes
So I'm gonna help them.
Okay, sometimes you get an affirmation, but it doesn't feel real to you still because you're still caught in the lie that, for instance, for me, like I felt stupid in that story. I felt like I felt stupid and not worthy, not good enough. I felt all those feelings. Well, then my affirmation was that I was beautifully and wonderfully made, that I am worthy and I'm wise. Well, that don't feel real yet. But I know it's true, but I don't feel it. And so that's why you keep building on that affirmation until you know that it's true in your heart.
Right. So mine's kind of funny. It's a little bit cheesy, but I said forgiveness is my friend.
That's good.
I know. It's kind of cool.
Right. And it probably doesn't feel like, oh, yeah, I love forgiveness. It's
yeah,
my friend,
maybe,
yeah.
So
but
it'd be a good affirmation for somebody who's resisting it. Like, forgiveness is your friend. It's okay.
Right.
Forgiveness is not going to hurt you.
Right, right.
Which, why would it? But, I mean, that's where you're going to get a lot of different weird answers or whatever. But it's, again, what comes in your head.
It's that little peeling that the next time she does this, which I know her, she'll probably be home at night doing this.
Probably not.
But she will it becomes more real.
Well, and this whole word for me, I'm a big person with words anyways. And forgiveness has been a word for me probably since I started doing this class. Mm-hmm. That word was the word out of all the different oils, because forgiveness oil is in the kit. So it already started kind of, why is that word jumping out at me? Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people have that. I mean, I think our brains or God or whoever is always trying to talk to us, trying to reveal stuff to us. But do we really stop and take the time to understand what is being said to us?
Right.
So I think that's cool that I was planning this class to teach about how to use emotions and all that, and how it's like actually speaking to me.
Right.
And those words that you get, or those affirmations, are going to be things that keep coming back to you. Like right now, I have no idea, like, why is forgiveness such a big thing in my mind? But it's like, as you said, as you chip away at it in the weeks to come, it's going to make more and more sense.
Right.
Especially if you don't just shut it out.
Right.
If you're intentional about it. If you really want to know, which it's not a scary thing, right? I mean, it's only going to help you. It's only going to make things more clear for you.
And that is important. I love that. Like, a word for me lately has been relevant. I'm like, relevant? I don't use big words like that.
I think this is good for people to hear, because these are the things that can make people feel stupid, which how? Because relevant's a big word. and why is forgiveness constantly coming up? So I think a lot of you even watching this right now, you probably already have this process going on in your life. And what is that? And maybe in the comments, it'd be awesome for people to share what is a word. That might be very cool for other people to know, what is going on in your life. And maybe there's a pattern. Maybe there's, something that we can actually. So comment below if you have a word that you have.
And I'd also like the ones who have gone through a class, if they feel safe, if they could share a little bit of what they felt about it, or what made them come. Why were they interested in coming to this emotional or AromaFreedom technique? And see if it, just if you want.
And I love that people can make this class fit them, right?
Right.
So you're going to do it different than I would do it.
And we had 15 people in the class, and we did it, and everybody had different emotions, and nobody was forced to share, and some wanted to. Like, I want to share. I got my affirmation, and that's the most important. We don't care about all the other stuff. We want the affirmation. That's what we're going for.
Helps us to learn about each other too in a non-intimidating way.
Right. And I just share mine because, for one, it was simple. And two, it helps people that you can make it simple. Don't dig so deep that you can't even lift the shovel dirt. You know what I mean? Just start little.
Hard. I mean, if you're that far down,
it's hard. So start little. Okay.
So we have to close up. So
wait,
quickly tell us 11 and 12, because we didn't do 11, did we?
11 was repeat the affirmation, and you repeat it for a few minutes, and then you do it day and night for.
So forgiveness is my friend. Forgiveness is my friend. Forgiveness is my friend.
Right, and it is. It's all of our friends. Take action. Number 12, take action. Make a plan and take action daily. When you have reached a goal, set another one. Find out what is in your heart and pursue it.
So being stuck is not okay anymore. That's like what I want people to get from this class. Is like, it's just not okay to be stuck anymore. People have been stuck for years and years and years, and the same thing, and because they don't have the tools, they don't have the resources, which is why you see us so passionate, because obviously on some level we actually really do believe in this. So we are finally to a place where we can just share what we do in our own lives, and if it helps people, great. But we're tired of hearing people always talk about being stuck when there's just really no reason to be stuck anymore.
Right. Or going around the same mountain. We're going around the same mountain getting the same results. What is that? Crazy? What's that definition?
Insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results.
Right. So we're going to do something different, right? All right. Anyways, hopefully that wasn't too long.
Yes.
And I think we did good.
Yeah, and I think this will be great because we can actually send this to people too when they're wanting to kind of learn about it. And if you're talking to people about your classes, then you can send them this and say, hey, this might be something you're really interested in.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.